Reaction is the author of Defeating Jihad, Dr. Sebastian Gorka. Dr. Gorka, you just heard Governor Walker saying, hey, I want to say in which refugees or any are coming into my state. This seems so logical. Why is the Obama policy just put people in where they want to do it?
I can't agree more with the governor. How outrageous. Are we not a republic made up of states? What is this that the federal authorities can do whatever they wish, willy-nilly, placing people that we know, according to the director of the FBI, cannot be adequately vetted across the nation? Not only that, let me add one more outrageous aspect to the way that the Syrian refugee crisis has been dealt with. Once the federal authorities that physically cannot vet these people adequately, hands over these individuals who have been given refugee status by Washington to the local charities that place them into American society, at that point, the federal authorities are not allowed to know where those people live. Only the charities that have placed them into the local communities. That is a recipe for disaster, Eric.
Travel freely, as you say, they're not allowed to track them. Doctor, so ISIS has said, infiltrate the American refugee system. Get our fighters in there through the refugee system. Do you think right now, currently, there are ISIS fighters, jihadists, within our refugee system, people we've taken in?
Without a doubt. Just look at what happened in Europe. They have individuals with asylum status, refugees who had asylum status in the European Union, executed attacks in Europe in the last 2 years. That's just a fact. The reality is that when you're coming from a war zone, unless we have the time to vet you with in-depth counterintelligence interrogations, we don't know who you are, because Assad isn't going to give us the data to check who you are. As a result, it is impossible to verify exactly your intention. So ISIS has said, we will use the refugee streams. Of the 400+ terrorist cases that have been prosecuted in America in the last 15 years, more than half of them involved people who were not born in the United States, many of them who were immigrants or people who had refugee status. These are just the facts, Eric.
Right. Now, you touched on something very important. The federal government, the feds aren't not allowed to track the refugees once they're placed. What do you mean they're not allowed?
They're not allowed to know where these people... So once the dossier once they've been ticked, yes, you're an asylum seeker, yes, you're a refugee, they've been approved by the federal government, and then a charity takes over, often a Catholic charity.
Well, I understand the process, but why aren't they allowed? What prohibits them from following?
Privacy rights of people who aren't Americans, Eric. This is the absurdity. This is the same reason that was given as to why the Facebook page of somebody like the San Bernardino killer, the woman who came on a fiancé visa, why her Facebook page, which had jihadist material on it, could not be accessed, could not be read by a federal government employee, because that could have impinged her privacy.
Privacy rights of people who aren't American, and frankly, we're having a hard time vetting. Dr. Gorka, thank you very much.
Thanks, Eric.